guys. Yeah, I decided to skip the intro because we already watched the intro because you know what we did. We have been sitting here. I'm gonna rephrase this. This is what I did. We have been sitting here for the last roughly 12 to 13 minutes, talking, getting heated, reading the chat, and I forgot to hit the live button. I've probably done close to 75 live streams or more. I've never done that before. So technically, we were on time. Luckily, Brad was smart enough to realize that we didn't hit the live button. I didn't hit the live button, so I do apologize for being late. We had a lot of good points. You guys didn't hear them.
This is a good entry for you.
Yeah.
Learn how
I
we
apologize,
do
everybody.
Here.
Everyone missed Tony's fiery rant.
Tony was dropping that.
Man, y'all should have heard some of the stuff that Tony had to say. Man, it was great.
He threw a chair across the floor.
Wow. Can't believe
we had to calm him down.
Yeah.
Bring it home.
Yeah. I done got my gander up. I done got upset, and now I got to do it all over again. Everybody again, welcome to the stream. You know, this is going over boutique titles. I'm sorry, bootleg titles. You know, we're all big collectors here. You know, whether you're for it or against it, this is going to be a discussion about it. Give our thoughts on it. We're going to have some items to show, and that's pretty much what this stream is going to be about. So you'll hear our thoughts. I'm looking forward to hear y'all's thoughts in the chat. So that's pretty much what this is going to be about. Don't know how long it's going to last. We're going to be on here until we're done talking, I guess. But so guys, again, I appreciate y'all being here. And if y'all got anything to say, I think everybody knows Side Hustle and Tony, me and Brad. So
yeah.
I appreciate you guys joining us tonight.
No problem.
They may never come back again since they've already been on a 15-minute stream and it was not even live. So that's going to be on the bonus.
Good.
That's going to be the bonus material of the stream later. You see the behind the scene footage.
Behind
you
the
get to
scenes,
watch.
yeah.
So yeah, I feel like a total dumbass.
I won't worry about it.
But we're going to read the chat and move on.
Hey, Jerry.
Again, how you doing, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry, what's up?
We've already seen these one time because I read them off when we wasn't live. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Even all you savages. Joe Joker says this is the live stream where we write.
Absolutely.
Hit the like button, people. Help my buddies here out. I appreciate it, Chris. Notice there's a lot of Odd Fox, aka Disney and Netflix stuff we don't have physical over here. That's a very good point.
Yep.
Chris says, hear that, Brent? Just got the 4 Kino titles I ordered from the sell-in today.
Mine came in today, too.
Been kind of slow this time around shipping from the Kino sale for some reason.
Yeah. This is probably the smallest Kino order I ever had. I think I got some for me and some for Tony over in the UK. I got a story about that in just a minute, too, by the way. I shipped his titles over to the UK. What town is he in? Some village
south
outside
of Manchester or north of Manchester.
Yeah. I went to Pac Mill, Tony. I went to Pac Mill to mail these. It was 3 movies. I got him Dragon Slayer on 4K and 2 Kino titles he wanted. And I went to Pac Mill to mail them because I was too lazy to go to the post office. The cheapest they would ship them was $174.
My goodness.
I said, you lost your mind, so I walked out. I went to the post office today and shipped to the cheapest they could send it, $28.
Yeah, $28. That's exactly what it should be.
$28.
Yeah.
100. I asked him, I said, at some point in this destination, there's got to be hang gliding and mountain climbing involved. If it's $174, that's what I told the guy.
And all they do is they just hand it off to the UP. They just hand it off to USPS.
Yeah, that's all they do. It was already boxed up. All he had to do was put the postage on it. Already everything boxed nice and everything. $174. Wow. Lost their mind.
Who do they start working for? Do they start working for Via Vision?
Yeah, sounds like.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Chris says, and Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is on Diabolic DVD for $20, but on back order. Yeah. Chubb loves movies. What's going on? What's up, everybody?
Chubbs. Hey, Van.
And see, this is the funny one here. I read this when we wasn't live, and it says, Pops, you're slipping, man, late again. And I did, like, dude, we started like 30 seconds after the time it was to start. I'm like, man, we're fashionably late. And
yeah,
we're now 15 minutes late, so that comment's a lot more valid now.
Now we deserve it.
Yeah. Jerry's saying fire. What's up? What's up, people? Appreciate you guys being here. Chris and Hey Benicio. Benicio says, "Damn, my Kino shit still hadn't shipped."
Yeah.
Anyone seen
Mine
Coming
hasn't
Apart? It's one of the 4 I purchased on the Kino sale. Heard about it, so it was a blind buy for me.
I
I don't think I've
it.
seen that.
I don't think so.
Holland said, "What's going on, guys?"
Hey, Holland.
Yo, Mr. Oates, aka the Iron Man. Tony is the Iron Man. Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, Tony's room behind him is life goals, is what that is. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
halfway
all-
through my
this-
life. I need to hurry up.
Yeah, this is all my bootlegs behind me.
Yeah.
Those are all my bootlegs.
I gave Tony the nickname the Iron Man. I still don't think he gets it. Like, he's just like, yeah, cool, I'm Iron Man.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
So I guess I'll say my joke. I said we wasn't live. This is all a green screen behind me. I got a bunch of people behind here making bootleg titles right now.
Yeah.
So behind me is just a facade.
Those are all bootlegs in Tony's basement.
Yep.
Yeah. Holland say hello. What's going on, Holland? He is LOL when you're War Machine.
Yeah.
Alfred.
Holland says he's Alfred. All right, Chris says I am shocked Prey is not on physical media. That and Barbarian, especially Barbarian. You know that was a pretty big movie when it came out in theaters.
Yeah.
But it is on physical media. You can't get it from the studio.
Right. Chris said just watched Smile last night. It was very good. A bit too much like The Grudge though. I was a big fan of Smile. Big fan of
Still need
that.
to watch that.
Yeah.
Benicio says, yeah, Smile was cool, but reminded me of The Ring way too much. Not original at all.
Yeah.
I actually didn't care for it.
You didn't like it? There's something about creepy smiling people that just creep me the hell out. And I know the first time I really noticed that was in Hereditary. When you got the naked smiling man in the corner of that dark room close to the end of the movie. That freaked me. That stuck with me for a while.
Yeah.
Still sticks with me. I walk into a room and it's dark, and I can still see that guy standing in the corner every time. We just talk.
Yeah, that's all it takes. It's something
So-
creepy like that that makes
It
it.
had creepy moments, but I didn't really love the ending, and I also thought that it was a little bit slow.
Yeah.
The ending does kind of fall apart, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Anthony said, "What's up, party people? What's going on, Anthony?"
Well, Anthony.
Anthony.
Chris says, "I figured way quick what was in that present box at her nephew's birthday party." Yeah. And hey to Anthony. Brent Madison said, "Great topic. I appreciate it, Brent."
Good, Brent.
Yeah. So everybody's gonna start laughing at me now for being a moron. He says 16 minutes late, but who's counting? But technically, we were here.
Yeah.
You guys were late. Brian goes blue. What's going on, man? I like the new logo, man.
Hey, Brian.
Did somebody say scalping piece of shit?
Yep.
Not yet, but it's coming.
Brian's here.
Chris said, "Love you, pops. You are the man, and the shady gents with you." Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
What's going
Hey,
on,
Trini.
Trini? Everybody still saying hey to everybody. Brian says, "Hey, side hustle. Long time no see on the stream, buddy." Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Glad to be here on a weekday, one of my off days.
Yeah. I think the last time you were on my channel, was when I hit my 1,000 subscribers. I had you on the special stream we did. It was 500 or 1,000. I don't remember you. I think you might have been on both of them. I don't remember.
The schedules
Nisha
almost
said-
never align. It just
It's
never works
tough.
out with
I'd
the
like to be
schedule.
off on the weekends.
Yeah, and it's Saturday, midnight. We're doing them, and Todd's going to work, so it just doesn't.
Yeah, we're definitely not prime time over here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I work and peek in from time to time, see what you guys are talking about, see what y'all are up to.
Yeah.
This past one was weird. I looked in right as Brad was showing off like a big giant box of all the same movie.
Yeah.
I've been hanging out with Tony too much.
Well, that's an interesting double dip.
Yeah, it's 60 dip.
But you know, they were all studio releases, every one of them.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
So,
I've actually done that too. I bought a whole bunch of. Remember that 4K movie Code Red or whatever it was. The one that has anyway, they had them on Hamilton Book for $1. And I bought like 30 or 40 of them just to get the 4K cases.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah,
No doubt.
well, luckily,
Allie, what's going on?
And this was totally an accident. I had no idea that this title goes for like 40 or 50 on eBay, and I was buying them for 75 cents a piece.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've generously decided to throw one in with Alan's package I'm sending to him because I'm just that kind of guy. That's from me to you, Alan.
There you go. All 75 cents worth. I appreciate it.
I'm out 75 cents on your behalf.
Allie says, "Live your shining carpet background, side hustle cinema." Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks.
That's a staple at this point.
Yep.
Love the Stephen King.
The tapestry.
Very unique. Trina, what's going on, man?
What's up, Trina?
Benicio said, "I got my Dead Alive and Bad Taste bootlegs I proudly own." And I'm sure if I know Benicio, he will buy the release when it comes out, if they ever do. Chris says, I have a shitload of anime, aka Japanese animation bootlegs, DVDs, aka HK DVDs. Brent says, Tuna has the best quality bootlegs, I think.
Yeah, packaging, all of it's really top notch for them.
Yeah, as far as bootlegs go, I think they're the best.
And they're very exclusive as far as letting people purchase from them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even purchase from them. I used to could, but all of a sudden I can't.
Yep. They must have got word from Disney.
They must
Keep it on there.
The movie club put the word out on you.
Yeah.
Damn Dirty 8, what's going on? The best name on YouTube. How you doing?
How's it going?
Brian says, I got my MTV Classics bootleg, Tom Green Show, Beavis and Butthead, and Liquid Television.
Yep.
You're hurting the physical media community, Brian.
Best name on YouTube. Did anyone tag? No, we're trying to keep it civil. We're not name dropping it. We're trying to keep it civil. This ain't, I'm not trying to piss nobody off. This is just giving my thoughts. I had a lot of thoughts, and everybody on here had a lot of thoughts. And so, like I said, I just want to get on here and say my piece so I can sleep better at night. Dirt, what's going on, man?
Hey, Dirt.
What's happening in politics? And there goes,
something like
there goes that right out the window. Chris says Liquid Television would be a must-own to me. Would be a must-own. Brett Madison said, my smallest ever Kino Hall, 5 titles, just wasn't anything I needed, plus 4K price is still good, but more expensive. Yeah, they did raise the prices on 4Ks, I think.
Yeah, it seems like they raised the prices on everything. Kind of $9.99 is kind of their base sale price now for Blu-rays, and then 4Ks are like $17.99 when they're on sale.
The problem I was having is going through the sale this time is I already got a lot of the stuff that I want from them. There wasn't, and there's still some, but I just wasn't that many this time.
Yeah, I mean, you would think eventually they would sell out of some of those titles because they're in every single sale.
Yeah, you would think. And there's a lot of the 19, 20, 30, 40s, 50s movies that I'm not really going after very much. So, I'm going after the 70s, 80s horror movies, exploitation, action, that kind of stuff.
Right.
80s comedies. That's pretty much my wheelhouse for that stuff.
So you're not a big fan of Buster Keaton?
No, I'm not. But I am a big fan of Bob Hope. This will be on my eBay page pretty soon. If you guys want to purchase that, it's still sealed.
If anybody's looking for that set.
Yeah. So get something nice for your grandma for Christmas. Yeah. All right, Meg Pilot 77. The 2 shows I have been dying getting my hands on physical releases: the 2003 TMNT animated series and 90s X-Men animated series. Whoever holding the rights pushing my go bootleg.
Yeah.
Pushing me to go bootleg.
buy the digital release of that. You know, support physical media. Apparently, that's what you do.
Yeah, go to the other side. The more digital you'll buy, the more physical media we'll get. That's how it works.
The more digital titles you buy, the more physical releases we're likely to get for reasons, apparently.
Yeah.
Everybody still saying hey back and forth. Rob Zilla, what's going on, man? All right. We'll get through this in here in a second, y'all. Trini says, is recording your favorite movie or TV show over a VHS tape back in the day considered bootleg?
Well, I mean, the person who made the
if
video,
it is, I have a ton of those.
Yeah, he said you get a pass for that because digital wasn't available.
So by show of hands, who all did that in the past? I did. And did we keep physical media from coming out?
Yeah.
Did we not get VHS tapes? Did we not get DVDs? Did we not get Blu-rays and 4Ks? We didn't stop anything, did we?
Yeah.
You put like 2 or 3 movies, probably about 3 movies on each tape in my little shitty 10-year-old handwriting. You know, yeah, I had a bunch of those, a bunch.
I always got the express written consent of whoever was in charge.
Yeah, absolutely. Paying a $250,000 fine and waited 5 years in prison.
Yep.
Rob Zilla says, only if you try to sell that VHS tape. Yeah, there you go. Whole different game. Joe Joker says, I do appreciate you guys going live now instead of midnight to 4 a.m.
Yeah, same here.
That's when all the freaks and weirdos come out.
And you could, if you want to put it on anybody, and I'll throw Alan right under the bus. It's Alan that's at like 11 p.m. going, what are you guys doing? Like Alan's the oldest one, but he's the youngest one. Everybody's half asleep. And Alan's like, I'm ready to go 3 hours. Let's do this.
Well, most of the time, it's about 9, 10, especially on Saturdays. You know, that's usually whenever I'm done doing whatever I'm doing. And then, you know, I ain't got to get up the next morning. So that's prime time for me.
Yeah.
So, same thing on Friday night. If I ain't playing poker or doing something like that, you know, later Friday night, in case we have something going on with the wife or whatever, that's the best time for me. So, Chris says, Dirk, you got me into getting more Baba stuff. The whip and the body with the great Christopher Lee was part of my Kino purchase. Yeah, y'all go over and check out Dirk's channel, man. He's got that new Hour to Kill. I'm actually going to be on there with Anthony, who's in the chat. We're going to join and be a special guest on Saturday. We're going to do the top 5 animal attack movies over on his channel Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. That should be a good time. One of my favorite subgenres of horror is animal attack movies.
That is my favorite.
Yeah, I love them. I love them, man.
Cocaine
and, you know, I was going through these this past week, and I pretty much know 4 of my 5 are locked in. They got to be. But there's so many good ones out there that could be in my top 5. So it's going to be harder than I thought getting together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can break it down by animal.
Yeah, by animal, top 5, bear, you know.
Ben Graham says, I have a bunch of old cartoon seasons on bootleg.
You know what I'm seeing a lot in this chat? Everybody going, I have this on bootleg. I have that on bootleg. It's like everyone does it. No one's going up on a cross and pretending that, you know, they're too good for bootlegs.
Yeah.
Like this character was doing, which is really what the big problem was. It's like, oh, you don't do it, so you're Yoda apparently.
And then everybody that's doing it is still buying a ton of physical media.
Yeah.
Week to week.
Yeah.
But that money doesn't go directly to this is another point he made. That money doesn't go to the creators, the directors, the cast members, the actors. When you buy a movie, none of it goes to any of those people you just mentioned. None of it. It goes
They
to
already got their money.
that owns it. You know, I mean, everything that guy said in that video, I disagree with 1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Douglas, I went crazy on the MVD and Kino sale.
MVD was a good one too.
He said, hell yeah, Chris, hope you enjoy the first S&M Gothic horror. Brian Goes Blue says, when a title sells for 75 cents, you buy 60. Which is good business. Jerry says, Ken, talk about bootlegs. You're ripping off the community. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on, Ken? I think Tony deserves the chair for what he's done.
Yeah, the electric chair.
Yeah, the electric chair. Yeah, you know. Hopefully, he gets a good lawyer. Jerry says, doesn't he already have the chair? Joe Joker says, Toolbox Murders, Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker, Macho Callahan, God's Gun, Vigilante, Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, Marathon Man, all the Kino titles, Dead and Buried,
His MVD.
Nesting Uncle
His
Sam.
MVD order, I think.
Yeah, if it's got Uncle Sam, it must be. And Dead and Buried. I guess and Toolbox. I guess all those. Yeah, those are all my 4Ks. And what makes me mad about that sales, I bought those like when they came out for like $40 a piece.
Yeah, me
People
too.
get them, what, 20, 25 during that sale?
I bought 3 Dead and Buried because I wanted every single lenticular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of them.
I just got the one with the eye gouge. It's the only one I got.
I don't support physical media, so
Whenever there's a sale going on, that's the only person I don't contact is Tony.
yeah,
because I know there's no point
wait for the sale.
and going, hey, yeah, check out the sale. He's like, oh, you mean all these that I already bought, paid full price for?
Right.
That's why I never have to hit up Todd for a slip because I've already got the slip.
Yeah.
Right. And Rob's the key levels in the building. Appreciate you being there, Kim. Gary said, don't let the disc father hear Tony talking.
Yeah, that guy I will name. That guy's just a piece of shit. And he always has been. A lot of his information is wrong anyway. Like, that's not the guy to follow. And he's got a bad attitude, and he likes to run his mouth and hide his face. He never shows his face. I mean, I just don't like that guy. He said a lot of things about a lot of people, too. I just don't. That guy's a bad guy. Don't waste your time following him.
Going on, Chuck says, late to the party. What's up, party people? Yeah, we were late to the party, too.
Yeah,
you guys are late. We sat there and talked for 12 minutes, did the intro, got to hit the live button.
That right there.
For 12 minutes, we talked.
Gore Forever, that is a good source for physical media information. Because he doesn't put it out until it's absolutely 100% sure that the title's coming and, whatever. Never has a bad word to say about anybody either.
Yeah. He makes good videos, too.
Yeah.
Joe Joker, what's going on, man? Says, hey, so thanks, Chris. Everybody's still saying, hey, back and forth. Let's try to get through this so we can get started here, guys. Chubb says, I remember in the early 2000s buying a ton of movies and video game bootlegs whenever I would take family vacations to Mexico. Yep.
Yeah, action figures, too. They had some bootleg action figures.
Chuck says, Holland forever in the chat. What's up, man? Chris, what's going on? Yeah, we can't start a chat until Holland gets here. Tony's ready for some kneecap busting.
Yep.
Anthony, what's up? I got to check out your unboxing. It's been a crazy day. All right. Take it easy, guys. Praying Barbarian will come out on Blu-ray and 4K eventually. Just got to give Disney some time.
Yeah, it's been how long since, Barbarian? Was that last summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prey about the same time.
Jerry, feel like Franklin say that. Hey, Ken, remember stage with a very young Vin Diesel.
Straight.
Yep. Brian says Ken got sent a box full of bootlegs and he showed them in the subscribers mail video. Yeah, I think a lot of us do it. Like I said, but again, it counterbalances all the shit we buy. It's like I said, it's something we'll get into in a minute. I have the Beverly Hillbillies on bootleg Blu-ray, and nobody will ever take that away from me.
Yeah, I want it.
Yep, and I'm so thankful. Brian says all those awesome movies that aren't on Blu-ray, like Little Nicky. Yeah. Chuck says the 88 films edition of The Whip and The Body is awesome. All right. Shit. Ken says, when they get legitimate releases, I'll replace them. I don't see ever replacing my stupid Blu-ray. Craig, what's going on, man? Had to get bootlegs of Deuce Bigelow, Three Ninjas, Dennis the Menace, and the Dumb and Dumber theatrical cut.
Yeah, on Blu-ray, that's the only, for at least for a while, that was the only cut on Blu-ray was the unrated cut of Dumb and Dumber, which is terrible. The unrated cut, they ruin that movie. They make them out to be like real perverted and stuff. It's really weird.
Yeah, Brian says, "Stupid is amazing, Ken. You even got a cameo from Jenny McCarthy in there." All right. Dirk said the tools are there to do the shit. Recorders and burners are to blame. Hey, Craig, where are them Reese's at? I'm sure he's got some. He's probably got a pocket full right now.
Check his fingertips.
They said Chuck made great points on the City of the Dead situation with the 4Ks. The mayor, what's going on? I agree that this father is a piece of shit.
Is there anybody in the chat that doesn't agree? Somebody white knight for the.
I've never had any good or bad, so I don't have any opinion.
Well, he mentioned he had some not so nice things to say about our good friend BasementBlus recently. So I should tell you everything you need to know about him.
Yeah, I mean, how can you say anything bad about Tony?
You got a problem with Tony? Like, really? Look at him.
Yeah. Gore says, yeah, they did a video showing the restoration. Yep, they are doing a new edition of Untold as well as a hard box. They've not said all bonus features yet. I got to order like 8 Scream Factors tonight to catch back up. I hate their new website, by the way. It's so hard to.
I hate it.
The way the website used to be, you could easily see what was coming out. Now it's just all over the place. You type in, but search by the newest releases. They got something about 4 or 5 years ago. It comes in with
customer service used to be perfect, and now it's weeks before you get an answer back from them.
Yeah. They moved. They got sold to somebody else, and they moved, and it's a mess. Have anybody noticed where the titles are coming from with Scream Factory now? They come from I don't even remember. It was like back half Tennessee or something.
Yeah, I just got one in yesterday. I didn't pay no attention. I appreciate side hustle for slip covers since most studios don't bother. Yeah, man, he's where to go to get slip covers, man. That's for sure.
Thanks,
I've got 5 or 6 in my collection. Chris says, I have unearthed version of the Untold Story. Great doc on Cat 3 comes on that Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
What's going on, Jamie? Sweet wallpaper. Yeah, man. Yeah, that shining backdrop is, you always know it's him coming. What's up, Wild Wrangler? All right, guys, we're gonna get on through this. We can get started talking here. We got 36 people. It's not bad for a Wednesday night. All right. Of course, I sold my Nightbreed Cabal Cut edition when I had my BasementBlus for almost $500 and grabbed the boot for $10, which was actually better quality.
Yep, I got that one also.
Yep, the mayor says I got the full collection. Go ahead.
No, that's all good.
Okay. I got the full collection of the Spartacus series. Season 1 is the only official one. The rest I copied with a DVD burner. Alan said, hey to Craig and Jamie. All right. There's my boy. What's going on, Johnny? What's up, gentlemen? Since no one else is going to admit it, if you were a teenager before the internet, some of us definitely acquired bootleg porn. Beat that honesty.
Hey, Johnny.
Johnny, you're in the right place. Chuck says, yeah, Chris, that Cat 3 doc is awesome. Yeah, it is. The rated cut of Dumb and Dumber is god awful. Jamie said, hey, back. All right, guys, we're going to go and get started here. A bunch of haze back and forth. If I miss anybody, I apologize.
Let him dox me. Good luck.
I think my favorite bootleg I own is Mike Flanagan's Hush. It's an absolute crime that it didn't get a legit physical release.
Yes, 100%.
All right, guys. So we're going to get started here. I think we'll start with y'all. We're going to go ahead and show some titles that
obviously the reason for this, Tony did a bootleg video. He's done several. He's gotten bootlegs in. Physical media collectors buy bootlegs from time to time. And a certain character we won't mention did a kind of response video without naming any names and directly saying he was responding to this video. And he said a bunch of stuff that we all seem to categorically disagree with. That's the whole reason for doing this stream. Plus, we got some titles unboxed. I want to get some thoughts from, Tony's a massive collector. Side Hustle is also kind of bootleg adjacent, with his little side business that he does. And, and obviously the main point here that this guy didn't address was what happens with a bootleg what is a bootleg? Why do we buy them? Who does it benefit? Those things like that. And I tell you who it benefits. The PM collectors, the physical media collectors is who it benefits, because we get an actual physical release. We are into physical media, that's the whole thing with it. And this guy was saying things like, if you buy the digital version, you're supporting physical media. And I mean, it just went on and on and on like that. And the point that I think he thought he was making was, if you buy a physical bootleg, then that hurts the sales of the actual release when it finally comes out. And that's absolutely untrue. Everybody knows that if you get, like, what happens if you get a bootleg, Tony, of what's the Barbarian? And a 4K comes out in a month from now. What, are you just going to not buy that 4K and just keep your bootleg because you already bought it? Or, I mean, what happens next?
Yeah, I'm buying the 4K. I'm going to buy the Steelbook. I'm going to buy everything that they put out for it. Just last month, they put out Dragon Slayer on 4K. They did a Steelbook. They did a slipcover. I bought both of those. And I actually have the bootleg in the collection because I bought this years ago. Never even opened it up. Still have it. But now that I've got the actual physical copy that was legitimate, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I watched it. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted the whole time. But this right here was a nice little placeholder until I could get that. That way, if they never did release it, I would still have a way of watching that if I ever wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're relying on streaming services.
Now I got a nice little clear case I can use for something else.
Yeah, or if somebody, we made this point too. Let's say you have a friend that is just getting into physical media and they've never seen the movie. It's not available on streaming anywhere. Here, take this bootleg, check it out. If you like it, keep it, whatever. And if he likes the movie, I guarantee you he's not going to be happy enough with the bootleg. He's going to want a real release of it.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. The bootleg is not the quality of a studio release. Even the best bootlegs, which we have some here that are top quality, it's still a little something missing. Something about the burn disc, something like that. It's not the same quality. So we all want the studio release. And this day and age, we may never get physical, real releases of these movies, if you want to call them real. We may never get studio releases for some of these movies. The way things are going, the digital age, everything that's happening, and we want some form of a physical release.
Right. Plus, it helps remind us of what we're wanting to get. It's, like I said, it's a placeholder. It's something that will remind you, hey, I wish they'd put this out. Maybe they'll do it someday. I mean, I would have never dreamed Dragon Slayer would have got a 4K release.
Yeah.
But out of the blue, it did. Apparently, my one little bootleg that I bought of Dragon Slayer didn't hinder that.
Yeah, you didn't stop it. Well, that's another thing that this person mentioned. Well, he said that digital release, you're voting those dollars towards a physical release. Basically, you're letting the powers that be know that there's interest in this title, and that interest will lead to a physical release just because the goodness of their heart. You know what I mean? If they're making money like crazy on the digital release, the chances of a physical release to me go down, not up. Mm-hmm. The physical releases sound like crazy. Why would we do or the digital releases sound like crazy? Why do a physical release? I think the opposite is true. Boycott the digital release. Nobody buys the digital release. Maybe if they've got the title, they go, well, maybe we should start pressing stuff to recoup some of our money. Right. Press some physical releases off. I mean, that's a better chance to me than buying the digital releases like crazy and hoping that they'll do physical release too.
I have never in my life purchased a digital release. Never. I know down the road it's going to get a physical release, just like Ant-Man Quantumanium just came out on digital this week. I know that's getting a physical release in a few weeks. So why would I buy the digital?
And to me, I would rather, if the options are, let's just say the options are digital release or bootleg. I'm going bootleg every time, every single time, because I want the physical release. I want to have it in my collection. And it's just like Tony said, if the 4K comes out tomorrow, the Blu-ray, a legit even Blu-ray, I'm going to upgrade to that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what's going to happen. So I don't understand that argument. And even he said, like, well, if somebody buys a bootleg, what does that do to further the title along? Well, I can tell you what it does. Somebody just mentioned in the chat this one, Hush. This title right here, we're holding up this title right now. People in the chat who haven't seen this movie are going to be then encouraged to go see it. Maybe they pick up this bootleg. Maybe they show it on their live stream. It creates even some sort of level of buzz, you know, and it gets the name back out there again. Maybe somebody somewhere watches it. It does something for the release. And again, this release is available for PM collectors to have. And that's who gets served by bootleggers. He mentioned before on his video that who gets served when you spend money on a bootleg. Well, bootleggers take that money and bootleg more stuff, and the collectors all benefit from it.
Yeah. And they're not making a ton of money either. They're not making a lot of money.
And I pay for my Netflix every single month. Just because I have that, I'm still going to pay my Netflix every single month. Netflix ain't losing any money for me. They're still getting my regular whatever. They just went up again, you know. And so I'll be buying that, which I watched on Netflix. I think that was a Netflix original, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was.
You know, I'm still paying my regular Netflix. I mean, they ain't lost any money. They're still getting the same amount of money for me. I just now have the option, if I ever want to watch it on Netflix away from the house, I can. But I got a physical copy. That's probably my copy is holding up, by the way.
Well, Netflix, you know, it is. In 3 months from now, you might get in the mood to watch something, Triple Frontier on Netflix.
Right.
And it may or may not be up. You know, you're at their beck and call. They may pull it down for a few months to make space or whatever it is. You know how it is. Sometimes they shuffle new stuff in and out. It may not be there anyway, but I know since I got it in my collection,
Triple Frontier,
that it's going to be it's here whenever I need it, whenever I want to watch it.
Right. So, but I'll be honest, right now in my collection, you see what's behind me. You watch my room tour. I got a lot of other movies around here. I've got one bootleg in my collection right now. Anybody that watches my channel knows I have all the Scream Factory releases, every single one of them. The only one that I did not have was the double feature of that right there. And this had been out of print for a long, long time. And I got this as a bootleg because this thing was going for $200 to buy off eBay. Now, if I went and bought this off eBay for $200 and had the original Scream Factory title, who am I helping out? I'm helping out the bitch on eBay that just sold it for $200. I got the same movie. It's a placeholder. Now, they put out this 4K and I bought it. You know, it's not the same exact release, whatever, but it's pretty close. But I'd still have this placeholder. If I ever find a good deal on it, I'll still buy the Scream Factory release. But for right now, that's the only bootleg I got in my collection. It's about to change. So
buying that bootleg of that title probably saved you, let's say, $180.
And I bought more physical titles with that money.
goes to more physical media. Instead of spending $200 on one scalper title, that scalper gets screwed. You buy a $20 bootleg and spend $180 on other physical media titles. So, I mean, again, I don't think he looked at this very well before he just jumped on and did this video. And I don't think he knows who his audience was. So it is what it is.
And this is why you got good friends right here for the bargain price of $199.
Good guy, right?
Pass that up, Brian.
Another thing that's
what it was going for, you know.
Another thing I like about the bootlegs is, you know, they'll do releases. Like, for example, they did the Clone Wars Blu-rays. They did all of them, and then all of a sudden, the Disney Plus came out with the final season. This is never going to see a physical media release, probably. So this right here gave me something to put with the rest of my Clone Wars collection. It gave me that placeholder, and I can at least watch it. I've got Disney Plus. I can watch it on streaming if I want to, but I'd rather have it on disc.
For how long? You know, like I said, that all the streaming stuff, you know, it'll probably be around forever. But in 10 years' time, is that still going to be on Disney, or is it going to be pushed aside to make room for more newer stuff? Like, or is the older stuff still going to be? We don't know yet. You know, I mean, it's just it's the situation we're in.
Yeah. Another good example is Stranger Things. You know, I think it was Target that put out those really nice season 1, season 2 of Stranger Things in like the old VHS looking set.
Yes.
You know, and then season 3, which I think is finally getting a physical release, but it's not the same kind of release. But you know, why not put out the rest of the seasons? You know, so the only way you can get them is to either watch them on Netflix. If you want a physical copy, you got to go bootleg. So
I mean, you think about it from a business standpoint. If you're Netflix or you're Disney or you're Amazon Prime, would you be pro physical media? I mean, really think about it. Would you want physical releases that people pay one time for and have in their collection the rest of their life, or give them the opportunity to say, hey, if you want to watch Stranger Things, you know where you got to go? Netflix right here. We got it. sign up again. I know you left us last time. Welcome back. You know, sign up for another month.
Yeah.
Pay $30.
I know there's some people that'll sign up to watch their favorite show. When the season ends, they cancel. There's a ton of people that do that. But I've had Netflix for years, way back in the DVD, you know, where you get 3 at a time, whatever, to watch at home. So just because I buy, which I haven't yet, but it's just I buy a season of Stranger Things, I'm not going to cancel my Netflix. You know, there's a lot of other crap that I like to watch. But not only me, my kids and my wife watch it all the time. And so I ain't never get rid of Netflix. My wife would probably kick my butt. But so that ain't going nowhere. So just because I buy a couple seasons or shows or movies or whatever, it's like they're still getting my money. So it's not hurting them at all. You know,
I still pay for cable.
Still have cable, Todd?
Yep. Yeah, DirecTV. You do too, don't you, Tony?
I finally got rid of DirecTV.
Oh, did you finally get rid of it?
Yep.
Yeah. I think Hershey wrote and the Wheel of Fortune's on right now. You need to go. We'll try to get out of here so you can watch the Wheel of Fortune.
I used to keep it for the football package, but now that's on.
Yeah, I actually pay for YouTube, yeah. TV, and it's just as anyway, that's what we got, YouTube TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now YouTube, a buddy of mine got an email from YouTube today about pre-ordering the Sunday ticket. You got to buy the TV package for $70-something, and then get the Sunday ticket for an additional like 200 and something if you do it for a certain time. After a certain time, it goes up to 300 and something. Plus your $70 a month, you got to have to be a subscriber to the service in order to even get Sunday ticket.
Right.
So I'm not too excited about that because my TV right now is pretty much free. I use my buddy's Hulu with live TV. It don't cost me anything. So I don't really want to have to pay
if you want if you want Red Zone and the whole thing, it's $400 without the subscription.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I'm a big NFL fan, but I don't know. I got to do some thinking on that.
You want to catch up with the chat, and then we'll go through Alan's haul here.
I'm gonna jump through this. We got a lot out there, guys. I'm sorry if I skip anybody, but appreciate everybody being here.
I mean, I feel like I was talking a lot. Does everybody agree with me? You know, with I mean, what happens after the studio release comes out? Todd, do you feel that way, that you would upgrade or you would just hang on to your bootleg?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when we got the announcement for like Fright Night 2, I mean, I was super excited, because I want some special features. I want a commentary track possibly. I want to see what comes with this. This is just, this is bare bones. It looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what else, like, having this copy did? Like, there's a lot of people have never even seen this movie. And, if you watch it, I mean, it's a good movie. I mean, you get excited for it. And when the regular one's coming out, I mean, I'm going to be all over this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I've done it with other movies. Jerry and Marge Go Large. That was actually one of my favorite movies last year. I got it right away because I wasn't sure if they were going to have a physical copy or not. So I bought the bootleg right away. But when when it came out, I got rid of the bootleg and picked up the regular copy.
Yeah. Same way, True Lies. Are we ever going to see True Lies? Maybe not. So
nice looking cover art.
If I want to watch it, I can just pop that in and watch it.
And most of us who buy these, I mean, we're all collectors, and we all buy these things over and over again. I mean, I just bought that House of 1,000 Corpses like for the third time just because it came in a box.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do, and of course we all support physical media. I mean, like if you take in like stuff what we spend at the movie theater. All the licensed merchandise, collectibles, and then movies too. I mean, I'm good for like $700-800 a month, probably.
Unlicensed slipcovers,
What happens with that? That's just packaging.
Todd, what happens with that? What do you do with the unlicensed slipcover money that you're ripping off from Scream Factory that didn't bother to do a slipcover for its collectors?
Well,
I wonder what happens to that money that goes to you.
Besides all my charitable donations, I send it to other countries so I can pick up media books and just the stacks that are surrounding me here. I mean It's all good. And then of course I'm going to conventions. I got to have money for conventions. You know, I got to pay those actors that are
autograph town. I know you love the autographs. That money for those bootleg slipcovers goes straight to conventions and goes
I'm
right
giving
into
it back.
Ashley's
I'm
pocket.
giving it back directly to them, you know?
Yep.
And to think that these bootleg people, like, I understand like the grimy 90s bootleg perception. These people that make these bootlegs have special features on them. They got 4 language tracks, four subtitle tracks. They're legit fans. There's a release in here. This release, if you go to the main menu on this release, Radiohead Creep plays. Like the song Creep. Like, it's a fan. Yeah. It's a fan that made this. Because this is another one of those releases. I believe the second one doesn't have a Blu-ray release.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, like I said, if you don't think these bootleggers are fans of movies, you're out of your mind. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, make these bootlegs so they can have a copy. And then it's like, well, listen, I'll make 10. It's just like me with that box of crap over there, those 75 cents releases. One of those goes into my collection. The rest of them get sold. I didn't, you know, these are fans. No matter what you're supporting, buying these, no matter what you're supporting physical media. Whether it's they take the money and make more bootlegs, or like Todd takes it funds. We call it like the eBay selling. I use the term. It helps fund my crippling physical media addiction. You know, it's like the drug dealer that a drug user that also sells drugs.
Right.
And the thing that really got my ass hair standing up was, you're going to hurt physical media. I'm going to use this for example. It's the only one I got. I've got every Scream Factory title them bitches ever put out. Every one of them. I got one bootleg. So I hope Scream Factory can recover from that. You know, and Scream Factory, I apologize. You know, and I was just sitting there seething watching these videos, man. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know. So I just, like I said, I don't want to start a bitch fest or nothing, but my thoughts are, look behind me, look behind Tony, look behind all these guys. Well, Brad's in a holding cell.
Yeah,
but,
Brad.
But
I'm gonna shoot
everybody else, I mean, even Brad's got a shitload of movies. I mean, we all support physical media. We buy a handful of bootlegs. When this is over with, you see what Brad, if those that are just joining, Brad, the titles got shipped to Brad's house, and he didn't have time to ship them to me, whatever, before the stream. So he's going to show what I got and my recent pickup. But I'm going to have maybe 13 bootlegs out of 2,300 movies. So if that's certain physical media, you got your opinion, that's fine. But that's just how I feel about that.
Yeah, I want to see
the idea that somebody would go, like, I want a copy of, I don't know, Chud. I see Chud laying over there. I want a copy of Chud. Boy, I hope there's a bootleg so I can buy that and save
by no means.
Nobody thinks that way.
And these wasn't cheap. You know, you can go to Kino and get the same price. I mean, for what we paid for these. Some of these were actually pretty pricey.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely ain't saving money by going that route. You know, if a movie's available by boutique or big studio, I'm going that route every single time.
Yeah, me too.
You know, what's going on, Original Fuzz?
What's up?
Appreciate you being here. The mayor says, "No way, I only bootleg porn 200 times." Is that all? Chris said, "I wish I had a VCR with Mighty Max, a very dark cartoon series on TV. I would have recorded the whole thing. I've never seen a legit physical release of that series."
You probably never will.
Tony's totally on point. Bootlegs are placeholders until we get the real deal. I completely agree. I'm shocked that it's never come out. Tim Curry is one of the most sadistic animated villains I've ever seen. It's a crime. What's going on, Movie Hunter?
Hey, Movie Hunter.
Talk to Tony, Masters of the 80s, about that release. There may be a UK release or something like that. He knows all about those 80s cartoons and 90s cartoons.
Yeah, that's pretty much his whole thing, man. He loves that stuff. The mayor says, "Did anyone pick up any used movies from the Orbit DVD used movie sale yesterday?" I got Night of the Living Dead, Wolverine, and The Big Gun Down. I did not. I
didn't either. I heard it was their biggest sale that they ever had.
Yeah, I probably should have looked at it.
They sold the most yesterday.
Which means they'll hopefully do it again.
I went on there.
Ken says Dragon Slayer.
And so many things were just sold out. It was pretty crazy.
That's good for them to, empty the shelves and fill it up again.
Absolutely. Ken says Dragon Slayer is hands down the best 4K of the year.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was nice. I watched it a couple days ago, man. It was pretty impressive. Fun movie too, man. I ain't seen it forever. Fun movie. Trinity said hello. I'm trying to skip through all the haze, guys, so we can get through this. Mary says agree. Dragon Slayer is amazing. Ken says you're letting them know that they need to put more movies on streaming. Yeah, I mean, we all know that if a gazillion people go and watch a movie on streaming, they're all about the money. They're making an ass ton of money on streaming. Why would they do a physical release? The streaming starts dying down, but freaks like us are buying all these physical releases. I still don't see why you don't do both. Like the point I made earlier, most people are not going to cancel Netflix. I know people personally, and like Todd was just saying, he'll get Netflix, watch a show, and then cancel. But most people that I know,
out of the year.
Will just keep it going. And because my wife, that's all she does is stream. She watches physical media here with me, but she don't give a damn about buying the latest movie. She channel surfs, or now she app surfs. When I canceled my DirecTV, I had to pull the controller out of her hand. Her favorite thing was just getting on there and channel surfing for an hour. So she's definitely all streaming. That's all she cares about. So it ain't going nowhere in my house. It ain't going away nowhere.
Same way with my wife. That's all she does when she's watching TV. She's clicking those apps and just watching it upstairs. She could care less about any of this stuff down here. She got all the movies she could want to watch ever, but she'd rather watch I can't even, Sister Wives or the tiniest people, the littlest people, whatever they're called. She likes all that stuff.
And I go in there and she's watching a movie and a commercial comes on. She's watching it on Tubi or whatever. I'm like, why are you watching this on Tubi? I got this on Vudu commercial free. And in HD or 4K. Why are you watching this? So, gotta love her. See, Chuck said you probably all have the Devils on Blue, which is fully uncut. I think we agree we'll never come out with a fully uncut Blu-ray.
Okay, I have that release. I got that from Chuck. So yes, and it will never come out, I don't think, on a fully uncut Blu-ray. I have the bootleg I got from Chuck. But if Vinegar Syndrome or Severin or somebody does that, it'd have to be a really sick company. But if somebody does something like that, I would definitely upgrade.
Chris said, no bueno, digital, a lot of things. Jamie says, I've never bought a digital release either. I don't bother with the digital codes. I usually give them away. I do have a big video account because, it is nice when you go on vacation. Last year, I went to the beach for a week. They had a box there where I could log into my Vudu account. I had all my Vudu movies available to watch while we were out of town. So it does come in handy. When I get a digital code, I definitely add it to my Vudu. I got all my kids enjoy all that. But see, Joe Joker says you get the digital code with the physical releases anyway. You just buy the physical.
And it's the same price a lot of times. It's a lot of the same price to just either buy the digital or buy the physical that comes with the digital.
Yeah, we're trying not to call any bullshit here, but yeah, hold on. Is he talking about Jeff's filming home video about bootleg Blu-rays? That's maybe. Gore Forever said we probably all have the boot of Devils. So we already read that. We put it out there twice.
And I do not have the Devils in my collection. I'm aware.
Yeah, I don't. It's the same as the days when we would burn songs. We always bought the physical release when it came out. I really have to give the codes to my friends. Like I've watched the theatrical cut of Friday the 13th one time when I was 20 years old. Now with the 4K, I have both versions physical. What's going on, Garrett? You guys are all very bad men. Yeah, I know.
I agree.
It's going to be all right. I'm dealing with it. The mayor says I give all my digital codes away too. I do giveaways for them on Instagram. Good thing to do. James says I am a lady born to be read. We read that one. That bargain deal for $199. I can even pass that up. Just trying to skip over all the haze here so we can get through this. Jamie Hart says I have Little Darlings, Near Dark, and Dead Alive bootlegs.
Yeah. Somebody's putting out Near Dark, aren't they, Todd?
There's a Blu-ray overseas. I have the German media book of it. But it's been rumored. You know, the disc father says it's coming. So
Oh, he says it's coming. You're right.
Yeah,
Go ahead and burn your
I'll
bootleg
buy it
down.
when it comes out.
Yeah.
Anthony said, hit the like button. Yeah, if you guys could do that, it really helps out. So they say. Brian says, if I want the despecialized Star Wars original trilogy, George Lucas made me have to bootleg it.
Yep.
Yep. Garrett says, I can't wait till the next video comes out about bootlegging slips.
Yeah.
So I don't like calling
I had
slips
to buy.
bootleg, though. I don't like that.
I would say they're aftermarket. They're not bootleg. I would say they're aftermarket.
They're options. They're slip options. Yeah. You have more options of, you know.
I will say someone mentioned it in Jeff's video in the comment section, and he actually said that he was okay with slip covers. So
thank God, right?
You're
gonna be able to sleep tonight now.
Because he said you already bought the movie, and that's really that's kind of the point too. I mean, you already bought the movie. You know, if you want to put it in a cardboard box, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to put it in nice artwork, then sure, nothing wrong with that.
You can rest easy now.
I am one that wants to put it in a cardboard box. I like my movies in cardboard boxes. I make sure.
There's a lot of cardboard enthusiasts out there, and you know, gotta help them. Gotta help them out.
You always get excited when I order really fancy cardboard and I find a movie inside. It's pretty exciting.
They put a movie in here?
Movie Hunter said I had to buy the UK version of Clone Wars to get the complete series. Yep. Chad Hagar. I go a slightly different direction, and then I have the shows and movies on external hard drive, and then create a custom Blu-ray cover to have on the shelf.
Oh,
yeah, that's great.
Do that also. What's going on, Huck? Hey, fellas, boy, this topic of bootleg seems to be hot right now.
Look what you did, Tony.
What?
You started all this. This is all your fault.
Yeah, I just unboxed them. One
Just
order.
unboxed some movies, and look what you did. You burned up the whole internet.
Brian says, we pay for Spectrum cable because our apartment complex makes this. Internet is super fast, though.
Yeah.
I haven't had cable in 5 years. That's about whenever we cut the cord. Because I'll probably spend half of what I pay on cable for streaming. But Huck says, hey, James says, I got rid of cable in 2019. Best move ever. Yeah, saved us a ton of money. My last Comcast bill, that's internet and TV, whatever, was about $240.
You know what I think of, though? Like, when it comes to cutting cable, like, how many movies are you like a huge fan of right now? These are like the ones that you love so much, and it's because you watched it like 100 times on cable.
It's a good point.
I mean, people nowadays, they're not going to have that same experience, you know, I don't think. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what people do, you know, with their streaming practices. I mean, do you guys watch like the same movie over and over again?
Of course.
I got some.
Oh, really?
That I do.
You guys still do that? Like with streaming, you just like play the same one over and over?
Not on streaming, no.
Not with streaming, no. Not too much, no.
Because with cable,
I know my kids. I got 4 kids that have moved out, and none of them even considered getting a cable bill. None of them ever subscribed to cable at all. You know, they use Dad's Netflix, you know, whatever. But
I was flipping through the TV the other day, and I came across Walking Tall, like the old one, not the one with the Rock. You know, hadn't seen it in years. Now I don't have that one on physical, and so you know, it was great to see it again. But I never would have seen that like if I was on streaming. Like even if I saw it, I probably wouldn't have clicked on it.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Be said about cable.
I get what you're saying. It gives you ideas. You know, it gives you ideas on stuff to watch. And it's nice to come across something
you just
old.
kind of come across things, and you know, you might like it, or it might get you in the mood for something else. You know.
Yeah, because we've all been there, standing in front of the shelves, going, "What? I got nothing to watch. What am I going to watch?" You know.
So my wife looking in her closet. I have no shoes to wear.
Also, I have
3 pairs of shoes. At any given time, I have 3 pairs of shoes. She has at least 80, guaranteed.
I've talked to people, and they're like, I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, we're getting ready to watch a movie. And it's like, well, we're kind of searching around to see what we want to watch. I'll text them like 2 hours later, and it's like, well, what'd you guys end up watching? Oh, we just kept looking. We just never really picked anything.
Right.
They just sit there and search for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And Chris says, I watched Heath's video on the Rick and Morty season 6 release and made great points on stuff. At least he don't BS a lot. The Katana 65, hey guys. You guys are poor, what a shame. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I have cable to get local news. Yeah, you get local news on some of the streaming stuff too. Preach it, Brad. Saw Fright Night 2 on Sci-Fi Channel back in the 90s. You know, Winnie the Pooh Blood Honey is the Umbrella release. No company has it here in the U.S. Dude who loves movies. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Cody.
What's up, everyone? Don't forget to roundhouse kick the like button. I appreciate it. But Evil Ed and Fright Night ended up being a gay porn actor. I meant to say Bones to not the other. You're killing me, Chris. All right. Hey, look, Ken says Side Hustle Charity. Yeah, Side Hustle Charity. There we go. There's a new name right there.
They need my money.
What's going on, Steve? Greetings, gentlemen and flick friends. Brian says, if I didn't support physical media, I'd be called Brian Goes Bootleg.
There you go. That's an idea. Alternate channel.
That's awesome. Amen, Pops. We all support physical media. A handful of bootlegs will hurt no one. Yep. Garrett says, people that complain are the ones who half their collection was sent to them. If anything, Tony is the one spending more money than anyone supporting these studios.
Yeah, 100%.
No doubt. Ken says, I have bootlegs of Soul Man, Fright Night 2, Johnny Dangerously, and the Star Wars original trilogy.
I want Soul Man. I would love Kino Lorber or somebody to do Soul Man.
I love Johnny Dangerously. That's a good one too.
Yeah, they'll probably start making bootleg books with all the damn woke censoring they are doing with these. It's no better than them burning books.
A lot of these too that have never gotten a physical release, some of them have gotten physical Blu-rays, and they're so out of print that they're so expensive. I mean, it's the option to buy a $10 Blu-ray and bootleg instead. It's a no-brainer than to spend $200 on an out-of-print release.
Notorious Murder says, certain people, not all, that buy bootlegs don't think the way you guys do, but everything has benefits and disadvantages, but that's how things work, I guess.
Yeah, it's always pros and cons.
Oh, yeah. Joe Joker said, my grandma was the ultimate bootlegger. When you know how many episodes of Monday Night Raw she recorded on VHS tape for me when I was a kid.
Yeah. I used to record all kinds of stuff on VHS back in the day, and I would set my alarm clock to get up at 3 a.m. so I could record something. I mean, it was a big task to get all that done. And what did I do with all those VHS tapes? I don't remember. They're all gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any of mine either. Not that I'd ever watch them, but Chris says, yeah, I'm sure there's a bootleg DVD out of WM20 because they will definitely not put that at the end of the release. I have that. Garrett says, I hear you, Tony. The worst is when my wife orders movies on streaming of things we have.
Ooh.
Mine does not do that.
Yeah, I share my Vudu with a lot of my family. My nephews, their wives and kids, they all watch a lot of my Vudu movies. I got a lot of kid stuff on there that I get for them. Or they get digital copies and put on there, stuff like that. I was sitting there one night and I got like a $19.99 charge, and it was for a new Disney movie that come out in standard definition. They bought the standard definition of this movie and charged it to my card. They didn't know what they were doing. They thought they were just their kid had the remote and they were clicking. And they bought it was like Moana or something, the standard edition for $20. I'm like, who the hell just bought this movie on my account for $20? Because I had to go change my password again and get mad and I kick everybody off. But I finally figured out who it was. I called everybody. Did you buy this? You buy this? And finally I figured out who it was. And of course she Venmoed me $20. Apologized. But it's like, at least buy the 4K edition of this, man. It's right there for $4 more. Come on. Let's see. Chuck says Near Dark is coming to 4K. Studio Canal did it. Not sure on who's actually releasing it though.
I bet you it's Scream Factory.
Yeah,
Studio Canal did the scan.
Huck says he has the same Star Wars set Brian's got. Craig says, I also have bootlegs of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, Ready to Rumble, and Black Christmas 2006 unrated cut.
This is like an AA meeting. It's like an AA meeting. Like, listen, I got a problem. Listen, let me tell you what my problem is.
They're not bootlegs. They're all custom Blu-rays.
Custom Blu-rays, yeah.
I do miss channel surfing. Yeah. Chad says, I have the bootleg Blu-ray of set of Initial D. Yeah, me too, Jamie. Times have changed. They definitely have. No worries, Chris. Huck says, I would love a new release of John Cusack's The Sure Thing. You know, Huck, I heard you mention that the other night on one of your streams, and I went out there to eBay to look for it. I love that movie. $80, $87 or something. The guy gave me a deal today for $87. I didn't buy it, but it was going for like $90 for that movie right there. So
yeah, they'll have something on eBay for $90, and they'll give you a deal of $87.
Yeah.
It's nice of them. So yeah, I'm not paying that much for it, but that is a movie I'm surprised I don't own on physical media. I'm a big fan of that movie. Chris said, Brad mentioned that Kino's releasing a 4K of Manhunter. Have not seen that since I was a kid.
It may be fake news, but that's been a rumor for like a year now that they're doing it.
Right.
And it would make perfect sense because they were buying a lot of Scream Factory titles. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll kind of go around and kind of show, you guys show whatever y'all want to show. I know Brad has got my releases and his releases that we just picked up.
Yeah, we can do Alan's haul first here. Let's go through what Alan picked up.
And here's the best part. I just want to throw this out there. This is the part that just makes me want to freaking giggle. It makes me so happy. That Saw box set, that Saw debacle, I still have it here just to remind myself how much I hate this company. This broken, absolute piece of garbage. I had every imprint title. Those that don't know, every single imprint title I had in my collection. Every single one. And after they screwed me with this and made me pay them $81 to ship it back to them, I was done with imprint. I was done with iVision. I started like selling all my crap on eBay. And I sold 2 imprint titles to buy these bootlegs he's fixing to show you. So giving him these imprint titles for bootleg titles was one of the highlights of my life. I hate that company. Never buy them from them again. Unless it's something really cool, I'll buy it from Orbit DVD. At least Orbit DVDs already gave them the money. I'll give my money to Orbit.
Yeah.
But the most ridiculous thing ever.
Okay, for anybody,
I keep telling myself I'm not going to bring it up anymore. Something comes up where it comes up, and I go on a rant. I apologize. But man, that's still wrong.
Don't indirectly mention it ever again to anybody in the chat, because if it does, that pin gets pulled pretty easy in that grenade. It's not just the bootlegs; he's also getting this with the bootlegs. But for those 2 after neo noir, the After Dark, crime
After
noir,
Dark 1 and 2.
I showed him earlier today, and anyway, it was a good deal. I feel for both of us, but. He got in Creep and Creep 2 double feature.
Big fan of those.
These releases are solid. They even have bonus features. I don't know how, but they do. Like I said, when you put this in, Creep, Radiohead plays. I mean, it's just nice touches like this. You can tell a fan made this. They're quality scans. You know, they are still bootlegs. You can still tell it's a bootleg. You know, I had something about the burn disc, something, but they are quality. Also, and I believe the first Creep, somebody in the chat will tell me. I believe the first Creep has a Blu-ray, but I don't think Creep 2 has a Blu-ray.
No, I don't think either one of them.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, so there you go. Not available otherwise. Mentioned earlier, Hush, Blumhouse release. Doesn't have a Blu-ray. This is the only way to get it. So we got that. I also got that one, but these are Netflix. What happens is Netflix buys these titles, get made. Gerald's Game, 1922. They get made, and the studio doesn't want to put it out for a theater, so they shop it around, and then Netflix buys them, and then they become Netflix originals. That's what happened here. Gerald's Game, 1922. Both these are good movies. The only way you can get them again is by bootlegging.
Yeah.
So
I've never seen 1922, but I've seen Gerald's Game.
Oh, you'll like 1922.
Yeah, 1922 is good.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Also, The Babysitter, Killer Queen. This is the sequel to The Babysitter. This is a Netflix movie. I haven't seen the sequel yet, but I know the first one's good. And here's The Babysitter. Also, you got that as well. This is a good movie. Definitely check it out. again, only way to get it is to bootleg it.
Right.
Okay, a few more here. Polar's the movie I recommended to Alan. He checked it out.
Oh man, that movie right there, badass is what that movie was.
It's a great movie. A really fun movie. If you're like into the crank type movies,
yeah.
This
John Wick, man. I mean, it's John Wick. That's right there with John Wick with me. That movie blew me away.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's a lot of fun, man.
I haven't seen that one.
2019, I think. I can't believe I waited so long to see
check that out, Todd. You'll like it.
Yeah.
Also, he grabbed Prey for obvious reasons. This is the only way to get it. There's no studio release, according to this guy.
Side hustle. I'll be hitting you up for a slip.
I do have a slip for that one. Yeah,
I know you do. So, I've been looking at it for a while.
That's what you got to do if you want to have a physical release.
Yeah.
Another one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Yep. I know Todd's got a slip for this one too.
I do.
It's a nice release. Like I said, the only way to get it, it's a Netflix property, and I don't think they're getting back into the physical. They have done some physical media releases. I don't think they're doing them anymore. The Dirt. I know Alan.
Y'all see, I wear Motley Crue shirt every other stream.
Yeah.
So I had to buy that.
Movie called Fresh. I don't know anything about this one. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's a good flick. You ain't saying that. That's a recommend. I enjoyed it.
Fresh.
Iron Eagle.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's a childhood favorite.
Yeah, that's a shame that doesn't have a release.
Yeah.
And the last one, Alan's pile, Mischief.
Yeah, that's a fun movie, man. From my childhood, man. That's a really good time. It's a good 80s comedy. So
that's it for Alan's stack.
Thank you, Imprint. So Todd, you got some stuff you want to throw out there?
Sure. I got a variety of different things. I pick up like some cartoon sets. Like there's the Karate Kid series. It originally this was going to be like a 65 episode like a weekday show, but then it turned into just a 13 episode Saturday morning cartoon that didn't live long. Of course, Airheads, there is the super out of print Blu-ray out there, but who has that?
Brian in the chat, I know he knows that's coming back into print.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it'll be a studio release of that coming back into print.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. And then let's see, Triple Frontier.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one.
Navy SEALs doing a heist.
The Watchers, Corey Haim. Part 2 came out from Scream Factory, but no part 1 anywhere.
Born to Be Rad's ears just perked up through his headband right there when he saw that.
Yeah, especially with this one here. I think he promotes this one in every video. Summer Camp Nightmare. I actually read this. There was a book of this called The Butterfly Revolution that I read in like 7th grade. And it's a good flick. The 13th Warrior. I mean, this has got like an overseas release, but nothing really here. I know like Spain, a lot of people think that some of these Spain ones are like legit, but because they're sold on Amazon even.
Mm-hmm.
And but they're just bootlegs too.
They're bootlegs. You look at the back of this, they're bootlegs.
There's 13th Warrior. That I did that slip there. Squid Game. I don't know if that has a physical release or not.
Nope.
I like that one.
That's a Netflix property, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see what else I got here. Of course, I showed Fright Night. This one, Hamburger, the motion picture. Like, I don't even think anyone knows who owns this movie. Last I heard, because it was like the company that made it, like, sold it, and then the company that bought it got dissolved or something, and it's kind of like this thing where no one even knows who owns it anymore. And it's just a fun 80s, movie.
And how long are we supposed to wait for the physical release, the real release? How long are we going to live? You know what I mean? Like that could be 20 years before that comes out. The sorting out bankruptcy and stuff.
I mean, the movies get close to 45 years old here, so I think we're okay. Yeah. Under the Rainbow with Chevy Chase. That's a good one. It's actually kind of a fun one. It's got all the little people from Wizard of Oz in there. It's a kind of a crime comedy. Christy McNichols, had a big crush on her when I was growing up.
Pirate movie.
So the pirate movie, I mean, that's one that no one talks about. Of course, I've got Little Darlings as well. I think I've actually got a legit copy of Little Darlings on DVD. Let's see. Honor Society, I don't think has a physical release yet. This was really good. This actually was like in my honorable mentions for like one of my favorite movies last year. Just because it looks like just your typical teen romance, but it's actually written really well, where it takes you down the path where you think you know how it's going to turn out, and they turn things like a complete 180. I thought it was a really fun movie, and I would buy that if it came out with a real copy. Bird Box is another one. Yep, that's a great one. Let's see, you guys showed Prey already. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh yeah, all the shows, all the TV collectors are just getting screwed if they want a physical release nowadays.
Yep.
Beavis and Butthead, the Do the Universe, the second one. This one I have a slipcover for too, but don't have one made for that one just yet or right now. Let's see what else I got. Here's an old one that's never coming out on anything probably ever. Harper Valley PTA.
Yeah, that's an old one there.
I mean, that's just a super old movie, but it's kind of fun. Picked up Spirited.
Yeah, I never even heard of that.
Christmas movie came out last year, right?
This one needs a new. I need a new cover for this. This is pretty faded, but Meatballs 3. All the Meatballs movies need released after part 1.
So why did that cover fade?
Well, I don't know. It was just the way it came. I don't know why it was so poor. I don't. Maybe the person couldn't find like a good high quality image or something.
Okay. I thought it faded over time.
No, I mean it's not like I just need to try to find like a better picture to put in there. I don't know. It was just a terrible.
Because we're never going to see Meatballs 3 on Blu-ray, are we?
I don't think so.
Maybe a package, a bundle.
And it's got Patrick Dempsey in it. Patrick Dempsey. Yeah. He's like the he's like Blu-ray poison or something. Like he's in so many movies that never get a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. I got a few more. Of course, Texas Chainsaw. Again, I don't have a slipcover made for it right now. The movie Hots. That was kind of fun. You got some topless football game in there. Just a sex comedy from, back in the 80s.
Alan is frantically writing that down.
Dungeons and Dragons, the Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, yeah. I used to watch the hell out of that.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then Modern Problems with another Chevy Chase movie.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a fun movie.
And, that's some of them that I got there. I got a few more poking around here somewhere, but.
That's some good ones, man.
Yep.
So, I really want that Obi-Wan Kenobi. I want to pick that up.
Midnight Mass, excellent limited series.
I heard nothing but good things about that.
Of course, we talked about Barbarian. If this ever gets a real release, I'm going to buy it. All of these, every single one of these, I'm going to buy.
You say that, but are you really going to buy it? Come on, man.
Hellraiser. Of course, Mandalorian season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, Andor, all of these Star Wars Disney Plus shows. I want all of those.
Yeah.
True Lies. I want that.
Of course, yeah.
Star Wars Despecialized Edition before
Original.
George Lucas ruined them all.
Yep.
Little Darlings. What About Bob? The last
Yeah,
time
that's
I
a
had
big
this
one.
collection, it was on VHS tape. I never got a DVD of this.
That's a big one. It needs a Blu-ray bad.
Yep. Christie, Netflix. Never opened it. I don't really know much about it. And then, of course, I got the Babysitter Killer Queen and the original.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thing. That's not all the bootlegs I've got, but my thing is I want these. I want these on Blu-ray. I don't want to have to buy bootlegs, but at least there's an opportunity to have it in the collection.
Something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're
Tony
very
said it best
watchable.
earlier. It's the placeholder. That's all it is the placeholder. Yeah. So, hey y'all, I still just got this one right now. That's it. So Brad, you want to show yours?
Yeah, my stack here. I picked up Triple Frontier. I wanted this for a while. Hush, I already showed that. Alan got it. This is a movie I liked. I don't know, a lot of people haven't seen it. It's called I Am Mother. A sci-fi, AI movie. Creep 1 and 2. I'll show you what the inside of these look like. Actual, these are pretty good quality. Is it all region, actual disc art, 4 audio tracks, 4 commentary tracks. The audio tracks, there's plenty of physical releases that I have found that don't have different audio tracks even. They just have the one audio track and some subtitles. I also got the 1922 Gerald's Game double pack. Polar, again, definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. This is a gem. Like I said, if you like Crank 2, that kind of thing. Platform, this movie I loved. I really wanted a physical release. I hoped there was even a foreign release. There isn't. This is the only way to get it. Like I said, disc art and bonus features, legitimate, like a making of, behind the scenes. There's a 30-minute Q&A talk with the director of this. I mean, this is a pretty much a legit release, being a bootleg. But The Ritual, another Netflix property. This is the only way to get it. It's a good horror flick.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Babysitter 1, Babysitter 2. I really enjoyed the first Babysitter. This is a movie I really enjoyed. The Highwaymen.
Yeah, it was good.
Kevin Costner, Woody Harrelson. This is about the lawmen that went after Bonnie and Clyde and took them down. Really fun movie. Again, no physical release. And I got the Scream TV series, 1, 2, and 3. But you take like something like this, like Craig's in the chat. This dude's a freak for Scream. His whole house is Scream shit all over it. And there's the only way to get this stuff is bootleg it if you want it in your collection.
Yep. You got some nice pickups, man. These are titles like especially Iron Eagle and and Mischief. Those are 2 I've been wanting for a while. I'm sure I had those on VHS back in the day, but don't have most of my really any of my VHS anymore. So you're glad to have those back again where I can watch them. And I'm pretty sure that Iron Eagle and Mischief you can't even find on streaming. Those are pretty hard to find. So
that's another thing about this digital thing. This character said that digital is the now, and he was basically saying that we should just all get in line and support digital media because, that's the way it is. And going forward, it might be only digital is kind of what he was inferring. And if it's only digital, at least support movies in general. Like I can tell you right now, I'll still watch movies. If physical media ended tomorrow, I'll still watch movies in the theater, stream and whatnot. I'm not going to buy digital copies regardless. And if there's somebody bootlegging these digitals, that's what I'll buy. Because I still want a physical release. I'm not going to ever get in line and go, all right, physical media is over. I'm just going to do digital. I'm either going to buy bootlegs or just have the collection that I have.
Yeah. Nobody's going to tell me to get in line.
Yeah, Tony tells people to get in his line.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but the biggest point I wanted to make with this is that regardless what your thoughts, good or bad, against the bootlegs, whatever, especially the guys on this stream right here, and most of y'all in the chat, people that I talk to on YouTube, the buying bootlegs is not hurting the physical media community because we spend so much money on physical media, and like Tony said, this is just placeholders until we can get a physical copy. Netflix is still getting their money from Pop's Movie Dungeons. A lot of these other streaming services are too, because my wife watches them. So I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm just choosing to watch it the way I want to watch it. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, because all of these titles that I showed, I've seen these. I've already watched them. I streamed them. I paid my money to watch Netflix, Disney Plus. And then after I watched them, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I want a physical copy of that eventually. So I bought these. It's not I'm not doing it in place of. I just want it in connection to having the streaming service.
Yeah, with this guy, it ended up being by the end of the video, you could watch it, and you could really, to me, it was obvious virtue signaling. He was up on his cross. He even pointed out that it was illegal, it's unethical, it's wrong. Well, I've seen videos of his in the past where he brags about selling titles, scalping titles or selling out of print titles for $90, $100. Was that wrong? Is it wrong to get titles in the front door that are given to you for free and selling them out the back door on your eBay store, to collectors when you got them for free with holes drilled in the
I mean, when I was catching up on my Screen Factory, I don't mean to cut you off, but when I was catching up on these Screen Factory titles, not so much the collector's editions, but all the standalone releases I got on the shelf here, I would say 30% of those had a hole drilled through the barcode. They were free titles somebody got and they sold or whatever, and that's fine. I mean, everybody does stuff, whatever, in their collection to do what you got to do. This shit's expensive, and we're definitely not saving money by getting these bootlegs. I mean, these bootlegs wasn't cheap, I mean, I paid as much for Kino titles,
That the judgment is what bothered me the most about it. Like, this guy acts like he's Mr. Perfect. He does everything right. But he's done some things that a lot of people got problems with. You ask a lot of people about selling out of print titles for $90, and they'll tell you that's not cool. They don't like it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do that. I'm not over here telling people how to watch their movies and telling them that they don't support physical media if they don't buy digital releases. So, I mean, like I said, clean out your own closet if you start looking at through other people's closets.
Yeah, and there's many times that I've spent $70, $80 on a title that was the only way I could get it, because I missed out on it. I've done that
Screen Factory. I did that a lot, more than I'd like to admit.
Exactly.
So I mean, like I said, I don't want to judge anybody else the way they choose to collect or how they want to do things, whether you like bootlegs or not. That's fine. Just don't point fingers at guys like Tony or me or any of us, and say, you're hurting the physical media community, because it's bullshit. Period.
Yeah.
End of story. That's my thoughts on that.
I concur.
So we caught up on the chat here. Chuck says Faster Pussycat Kill was on Blue, which I have, but went out of print, and the family of Russ Meyer has no intentions of releasing it again. So if only at $300 on eBay, I ripped the disc for $10.
Yep.
Alex says the infamous Saw box set.
Yep.
There's Imprint just got put on notice. Yeah, they've been on notice for a while. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, Brad. Was it? I think it was you. You posted something. You posted something about Imprint, the box set, your video you did today.
Yeah.
And of course, I did my famous fuck Imprint, and I actually, what do you call it when you hashtag Vivision? So so hopefully they see that. Any chance I can get. I love them.
Hopefully, the emails, the hundreds of emails that have went to.
If y'all can see the emails these bitches sent me, when I explained to them, I said, "Do I really have to pay $81 to send this back?" I have every Imprint title. I take a picture of my shelf. I got everyone, and I got the form letter. We're sorry, you bastard. You still have to pay us money. We don't care about you. And it's. Ooh,
why would they care about you, Alan?
I was really nice the first 8 or 9 emails. It was really nice.
But you don't get it. Why would they care about you? You already have all their titles. What are you going to do? Buy more titles from them? They're like, yeah, we got this sucker. Screw him.
I sent them links to Tony's video he did, stuff we did, talking about showing everybody's broken box sets. They didn't care. They don't care.
No, they don't care. They don't care.
Tony punching a hole in the box.
No, the hole was already there. My fist just went through it.
Top 5 best moments on YouTube for me. That's what that was.
I actually thought I got a good, because I've watched the video many times. I thought, oh man, my box looks actually good, and then I started. Yeah, it was bad.
This is Tony mad. This is the maddest I've ever seen Tony. This is Tony mad. He's picking the stuff up.
Yeah,
and moving stuff around. Yeah.
It's aggravating.
It's so funny.
We're pretty upset.
Huck said, Pops, you should post a video where you crush that saw box with your car. Yeah, all I need is a little glue, Huck. Just a little glue I can put it together.
Yeah, the same guy posted a video with that saw set. He got sponsored by that company, and it came in broken as hell. His copy too. And he's like, I don't know what you guys are complaining about. You just get a little glue and you just put it back together. No problem. You should still buy it. He's telling people to still buy it, even though it's a piece of junk.
He probably sold his.
I guarantee he sold his.
Yeah. It says 81 to send it back. Them fighting words. Dick Katana says Imprint makes you buy 200 pounds to get free shipping. That is like $250 US. Yep. Yeah, Creep 1 has a DVD. Okay.
Yep.
Those are fun movies, man. I was a fan of both of them.
Yeah, they are. Interesting. Interesting take.
Yeah. Dick Katana 65. I need Army of the Dead 4K bootleg.
It's available.
And the Tall Grass is a great one. Yep. I Love Fresh was one of my horrors of the year. Yeah, it's got Bucky in it, right? From the Avengers.
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
It's a good one, man. I think you'll like it. And Brent says, I got some HD and 4K titles on my UK iTunes account for titles not available in 4K in the USA for $2.99 beats paying $100 plus for some releases like out of print titles. Yeah, Mischief is awesome. I love the Anchor Bay DVD of that one, which I probably owned one time or another back in the day.
And I'd like to point out too, if you're a digital, first of all, you wouldn't be watching this, but if you're like, there are people out there that are digital only. They buy digital codes from PM collectors. Tony's got a guy. There's guys that buy digital codes. That's fine, but this guy's supposed to be a physical media guy. And he's on here talking about digital, buying digital releases. That's another big problem for me. It's like, what are you even doing? And Todd mentioned it before. He's kind of like going mainstream. He's trying to butter the right bread. And he has like creators now on his podcast and, filmmakers and stuff like that. And he's kind of wanting to suck up to them, basically, is what it sounds like.
Alex says, I own those bootlegs of the Babysitter Fresh and Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. I know a lot of people hated the new Texas Chainsaw, man. I have a reason to like every one of them. I'm a big fan of the franchise. I mean, like I said before, except for the Next Generation, I go back and watch the other ones pretty often. And every once in a while, throw in that one just to kind of see. It's not a fun watch.
Yeah, I had fun with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Tons of gore and kills,
Yeah, the bus scene was really good.
Bus scene, yeah. I hated those characters. I loved watching them all die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely rooting for Leatherface the whole movie, for sure. Yeah, Alex says, I had the exact same thought about Garrett's ears perking up at the mention of Corey Haim.
He may not be in the chat anymore. He may be at a Corey Feldman concert throwing dollar bills on the stage.
Brian says, I actually didn't know about Airheads getting re-released. That's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a day one for me. Watch is based on the Dean Koontz book. Yep, sure is. Brian says, Hamburger the Motion Picture is awesome. Yeah, but we had Hamburger the Motion Picture, Hot Dog the Movie.
It's a good double feature.
Some kind of Kentucky Fried Chicken movie too. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah. Kentucky Fried Movie, I think it's called.
Kentucky Fried Movie, yeah.
Yeah,
that's all those 70 movies, 70s.
Oh, yeah. Chris is saying, yep, I need to check them out. Isn't Sticky Fish gone now? No. To most.
No.
Yeah.
These titles may or may not be from there. You have to be a member. You have to apply for membership. They just basically put your email in and they'll contact you. And
yeah,
I wasn't able to do it. Tony hasn't been able to do it. A lot of people, some person in the community is in on the site. So
yeah,
but we don't want to
Thank
mention
you
his
to that
name
person.
and get them bombarded with requests.
Yeah.
right,
I
right.
would not want to do that.
It's Anthony's Horror and More.
He's like, you son of a bitch.
Blow up, is he?
Yeah, so I love the pirate movie. Yeah, you got a pirated copy of the pirate movie, which is a little ironic. There's Toby Hooper's Invaders from Mars that's out of print, but like a bootleg.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So, it was a box office bomb. German Steelbook was just reissued of that, and also now includes the updated original film as well.
Yeah, I thought it was the original.
Cheers
film,
to Fears. What's going on? How's it going, everybody? Appreciate you being here.
Hey there.
Loving all the bootlegs. Go Side Hustle. Yeah, I mean, had a bunch of good ones there. I was kind of making my mental list after going through some of those stuff I might need to grab later. Brent says, I recommend Fast Custom shirts. Can't beat a nice Cruel Jaws and alligator t-shirt. Great quality too. I actually I was reading that ahead of time earlier, and I actually put that in my phone. I'm gonna look them up later, man. I might be hitting you up, Brent, if I can't find them or I need some information. Always looking for a new place to get shirts. Laugh out loud, damn, one day hopefully we get a new release over here. I'm talking about. Brent says, I put Kino. I hope Kino puts out Modern Problems someday. Fun movie. I can see Kino putting that out.
Yeah.
Hook says, how does the image quality look on those movies, Side Hustle and Tony?
Really, really, really good.
Just a few of the cartoon series are kind of weak. Because I don't like. I had Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, and someone had it. It's actually ripped from like the USA Channel.
Yeah,
I think
those are
bad.
The animated stuff. Yeah, that stuff's bad. Same way with my stuff. But these streaming services, such as the most of the movies and anything from the streaming services, are excellent quality.
It really is, especially if it's available in HD or like 4K. I mean, those are the ones that they're ripping. Those are the ones that they're burning.
Yeah, it's the older stuff. Like I got the Muppet Babies TV series. I got the old 70s cartoon type stuff. Those are not good.
Yeah, but the older stuff you gotta be careful, especially the TV series or cartoons. But all the movies are pretty good.
They got like VHS tracking on the bottom.
Exactly.
Alex says they're still in business, but they're super exclusive now, and it's a lot harder to order from them. I had to have a friend of mine order movies from them for me. So they got looking grabbed, I think, the first DVD of the specialized Star Wars editions because they included the original cuts. Only reason why I bought them. Chris says I have Black Christmas unrated and a horror movie DVD set that Lionsgate released.
Yeah.
I hate the Scream TV series, Brad. You can keep them and your keto diet.
Yeah.
Chris says, I'm just so happy Keto released the Missing in Action box set. That was a good one. I got that. And I love those movies, especially the second one, my favorite Chuck Norris movies. They're good. Chris says, who released the Delta Force, by the way? I forget. I think Keno's got the Delta Force, don't they? I thought they did.
I'm not sure.
Maybe it was Ronin Flicks, whatever that they had that.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, Ronin Flicks. That's
was it Ronin?
Yep.
They've been quiet.
I just about got most of Chuck Norris's movies now that have been released. I think I got pretty much all of them now that I can get my hands on. Big Chuck Norris fan. Lone Fuquade. Lone Fuquade's my favorite by a mile.
Yeah,
I love Lone
that's a great one.
Man, back in the day, man, that big fight with him and David Carradine at the end, man, that was hyped up. Everybody went to see it just for that big fight, Which, looking at it now, it's a good fight. It's nostalgic, but if I was watching it for the first time in 2023, not much to it. But back in the day, it was a lot of fun. It's a big deal. Dia Katana, in the near future, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Great points. Yes, so many forgotten films only available on bootlegs. Dirk says bootleggers make shit happen that the powers that be won't.
Like I said, they serve the collectors.
Reynolds says Preach also pops. Trini says, I'll say it again. If he really wanted to support films and filmmakers, he wouldn't take free movies. Go buy them and do your reviews.
True.
I'll take them.
Mark Jones, what's going on? This is Even Fellers. I think he's messing with my language a little bit, my southern accent. Always good seeing that live button when I check the subscriptions. How are y'all doing tonight? What's the topic? Yep, we're talking about.
He's seen by now. Bootlegs.
Yeah. Evening Fellers. I know he spoke redneck. Magic Hands, what's going on? Lego Saw Collection. Lego Saw Collection, that's good. The dude was trying to sell $10 Best Buy Steelbooks for $100.
Was that ethical? Was that right? You know, we're going to start making judgments on other people. Make sure you're perfect yourself.
Which I'm close. I'm pretty close. Not there yet, almost.
Yeah.
Shit. Alex says, Brad, you need to watch Fresh soon. I think you'll like it. Yeah, I think you'll like Fresh, man.
You know, I really thought, I talked to Alan about that deal because, I paid for the bootlegs, and it was a good sum of money. And I talked to Alan about that trade because I mentioned that I wanted that neo noir set, and he's like, I got the first one too. If you're interested, I'll trade you both of them for those. I was like, Alan, I don't know, that doesn't seem that even of a deal. And he's like, no, I'm not worried about it. Little did I know, he's just skipping down the street. Just happy to trade those imprints in for anything else.
Well, you did throw the dead pit in. You threw the dead pit in, so sweeten it a little bit. And you get when you're 75-cent titles. When you're 75-cent, rare releases. There are only 60 of those left, I think. You have all of them.
There's only 60 left, yeah.
You cornered the market on that.
Yeah, plus Brian's 10.
No, like I said, for me personally, it was just basically selling those for bootlegs was it's something I giggle about twice a day at least.
Yeah.
So hopefully I get to do more of that. Pre-reading Dirk here a little bit. That's probably why he put the anti-bootleg video out. He got to suck that. Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
We're being civil around here, Dirk. We're being civil, man. Come on, keep it together. Like I said, Kentucky Fried Movie was great, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex said the only thing I didn't like about Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the intense flashing lights at the end of the movie. They made me feel like I was going to have a stroke.
There's some odd choices with that. They bring back Sally, and she's immediately.
Yeah, what a waste of character, man.
Yeah.
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 I said blow his ass up.
Go subscribe.
Yep. Chris says, yeah, I get it up to Netflix and Lionsgate for taking out the woke garbage of TCM to make it actually good.
That stuff seems to be softening. Good. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I think Mark might have just had a stroke.
Holding the S button.
Craig says, I just want you know who I am. Yeah, they're having their little conversation there. Trina says, nothing wrong with free stuff, but act all high and mighty. That Neo Noir set 1 is awesome. I would like that set. Yeah, the second was actually better than the first one. I watched everything in the first set. The second set, by the time it came in, it was after the Saw debacle, and I left it wrapped. I knew I was on the verge then of getting out of imprint. So I never did open that one. The second was actually better than the first one.
Those sets sell out so quick, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
the
definitely
Zorro TV series is a big one.
Yeah.
I've got the Zorro TV series on Disney Treasures DVDs.
Oh wow. Greg says, I love in Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey says, race you to the top, he goes up 3 stairs and immediately falls.
Oh yeah.
Random thoughts by Craig.
This is Craig. This is just what it is. I'd just be riding along in a car with them, and they're out of nowhere. Another thing about Scream 5, and I'm like, we didn't say anything. We weren't even talking about Scream. He's like, what's just a point I thought about? Came out.
I think the funny thing about the whole story was you said when Craig got in the car, it was like John Coffey just got in the car.
It was like John Coffey from The Green Mile just got in the car. And then the weirdest, I've never experienced that in my life. It was freezing cold out. He gets in the car, the windows immediately fog up. like the heat radiating off this giant man. He's like, "What are you doing? It's freezing cold out." Cranks the AC on my car. I'm just like, I don't know what. He's not human.
Yeah, and you're from Ohio. You should be.
Yeah, I'm from Ohio. Yeah. He was in shorts. Like I said, he's not human.
So you guys got anything else to talk about? Any other points to make? Anything you want to get off your chest?
I think I exercised the demons.
Yeah, I feel better. Like I said what I wanted to say, and like I said, we had a pretty good turnout tonight. Got to hang out with you guys. It was a success.
The views and the opinions expressed by me do not represent these fine gentlemen and their channels. Definitely subscribe to all of them. They're all great guys. Todd just cracked 1,000 not too long ago. He's on his way up.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Get on to these guys. He's got great content over there. Check out his eBay page. He's got a lot of great slip covers that only exist on his page.
Yep. And as soon as I get my taxes paid, I'm going to be hitting him up. I got a list. So, but Uncle Sam's got to get his cut first.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam already.
And the bootleggers, they got to get their cut too. So, bootleggers, tax man, same thing. Hurts just as bad. Well, guys, if there's nothing else, then I think we're going to get on out of here. I appreciate everybody being here. We still got 32 people in the stream, and I think it's going to be a big one. But I think it went well. So, guys, y'all got nothing else to say. We're going to jump on out of here.
Okay, see y'all.
Thanks everybody for being here. See y'all soon.